Head of the self-proclaimed Lugansk People's Republic, Igor Protnitsky, has stated that only when the world recognizes the Ukrainian government as Nazi followers would the country's issues be solved. Permanent representative of the Russian Federation to the UN, Alexei Bordokhin, has argued that during the battle for Aleppo, international media spread fake news about the situation in the city at the instigation of terrorist supporters. US President Donald Trump confirmed that the gunman who opened fire at a baseball field where Republican politicians were practicing for a charity match has now died. 5 people were injured in the attack, including House of Representatives Majority Whip Steve Scalise. US Marines were among the troops that joined the NATO landing exercise on the seashore near Poland's Ustka on the 5th day of the Military Alliance annual Baltic Operations training exercises. Hristo Stoichkov, former Barcelona FC star and one of the most iconic Bulgarian football players of all time, launched his book How to Win in Football. Following the book presentation, Stoichkov showed some of his football tricks to young players and signed some autographs. Eyewitnesses of the Grenfell Tower fire have said that fire alarms and sprinklers had not come on as the tower block in West London went up in flames. At least 6 people died in the fire, with over 50 injured, currently in hospital. New Zealand's football team held a press conference in St. Petersburg, Russia, ahead of their match opening in the FIFA 2017 Confederations Cup. The team will face the Russian national team in the opening match in the former Russian capital. Scientists and architects from Germany are working on retracting historical information on the city of Aleppo to offer information for its future reconstruction and rehabilitation. The old city of Aleppo was recognized as an UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986, with archaeological layers tracing back to over 5,000 years. A body was reportedly found in Rennes in France, presumed to be that of a missing person swept away by floods caused by severe thunderstorms that hit the southern French department. The floods have swept away several cars and houses, with several areas of the city still flooded. Masked police personnel raided a housing complex in El Pereso in southwest Caracas, where they reportedly detained several opposition activists. This comes after anti-government protesters set fire to the Supreme Court in Caracas, marking around 3 months of agitation in the country. Hundreds of public servants took to the streets of Rio de Janeiro to protest against the delay of salary payments and the paralysis of the benefit system of the public sector. Demonstrators marched from Rio de Janeiro city centre, chanting slogans and holding banners and flags of the MUSPE union. Clashes erupted between police and protesters, staging a sit-in at the headquarters of the Egyptian Press Syndicate in Cairo. This happened shortly after the Egyptian parliament approved a deal paving the way to transfer 2 Red Sea islands to Saudi Arabia's control. The European Parliament during the meeting in Strasbourg said that the US administration's decision to quit the Paris Agreement will not result in renegotiations. President of the Marshall Islands, Hilda Heine, said that the Paris Agreement is not open to renegotiation. The exhibition Russia's FFB against Black Archaeology opened in the Crimean city of Simferopol in Russia. The exhibition showcased some 200 archaeological finds seized from the Russian black market. A resort in Miami has started offering the world's most expensive macarons for just $9,000. The resort came with the idea in order to promote their palace suite. A nun from a community in Beug rode a hoverboard into the voting booth to cast her vote in the French legislative elections, much to the surprise of watchers. There was surprise in store for nature lovers as gophers were seen near the Russian city of Krasnoyarsk when locals decided to make a tiny gopher on the only pedestrian crosswalk. The island is known by residents as the Glade of Gophers because nearly 5,000 of the little critters settled on the island in the last few years. The Syrian Arab Army and Hezbollah troops set up several fortified positions. The positions were placed along the Syrian-Iraqi border near Al-Buda village on the southeastern countryside of Homs. At least 68 people were killed and several others injured after a landslide struck southeast Bangladesh. Several soldiers reportedly died and a further of 5 service personnel were wounded when clearing mud and debris following the incident. An unmanned Progress MS-6 supply ship was launched into space by a Soyuz 21A rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome to deliver almost 3 tons of food, fuel and supplies to the International Space Station. The cargo spacecraft is expected to dock at the Izvera module on Friday. This is the second Russian cargo mission this year to the ISS.